they're going to come at you and pretend that you're not compassionate because you don't want this fraudulent program that they've been abusing to continue. They're going to say you don't care when it's extraordinarily obvious that they don't. Because if they did, they would manage it in such a way that it actually got to the kids and they actually got to eat.
Several companies at the center of the FBI fraud investigation involving meals for the poor received tens of millions of dollars in taxpayer money despite having a history of criminal and financial problems. One man at the time, he allegedly received more than $600,000 in program funds, was on probation involving a theft from a Burnsville pharmacy. Another was nearly 6 figures in debt with the IRS. Conspirators misappropriated the money and used it to purchase real estate, cars, other luxury items. To date, the conspirators have stolen millions of dollars in federal money.
This is what occurs to me listening to those examples. You don't do stuff like that if you think you're going to get in trouble.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You take money, it's documented, it's a government program. You make the transaction, it's on file, then you take the money and you go buy a house that has like your name on the deed. These people did this thinking at the time that they were going to get away with it.
To what you're saying, Walter, what I wonder is, okay, if they were that confident, why were they that confident?
Exactly. I would propose that this is the culture in St. Paul. You know, we've been told for years that the whole nonprofit thing is a giant graft. It's basically organized crime under the color of law, where you have government programs that just funnel money to feel-good groups that then just take it and pay themselves.
Yep.
It is a lifestyle. And, you know, to the point that you were making earlier, John, regarding what it takes to prosecute these folks and how difficult it is and how much time it takes, you know what's a lot simpler? Never giving people this money in the first place.
Yeah.
Not having any of these stupid programs, just getting rid of all of it.
Right.
But let's take a second and think about, there are actually hungry kids in Minnesota.
Right, yeah, then there's that.
That instead of feeding them, Amy Bach and her crew decided, you know what would be a better use of this money? Buying an apartment in Kenya, buying a house in Savage, buying some lakefront properties in Prior Lake. Meanwhile, these kids are still hungry.
And the takeaway from that's extremely important and should not be overlooked, is that Amy Bach and everyone else involved in this do not care about the kids at all. They don't care about them at all. But yet, they're going to come at you and pretend that you're not compassionate because you don't want this fraudulent program that they've been abusing to continue. They're going to say you don't care when it's extraordinarily obvious that they don't. Because if they did, they would manage it in such a way that it actually got to the kids and they actually got to eat.